Hey guys, good morning. I'm making that same protein smoothie that we made the other day, but this time not going to do blueberries because we want it to be all green. So I'm going to get my ice. Okay. So we're doing 1 cup ice, 1 frozen banana. Okay, let's add our fat in. So we're going to do hemp seeds, 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds. Okay, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of flax seeds. And then for our greens, we've got cucumber, celery, and dandelion greens. I've got some ginger in here too. And we've got sprouts, baby kale, and baby spinach. Do a couple handfuls of that. Okay, we'll add just enough water to get it to blend up. Protein and greens. Yep, I like that. I like that recipe a lot because number one, I know it gives insane energy. The fat, protein, and banana also holds the greens together really well and keeps it from separating. That's a good one. I was entering all of our ingredients from our green smoothie into Chronometer, and I realized that the omegas are a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. Like, that's a very high amount of anti-inflammatory from the omega-3s. The 6s are your pro-inflammatory. So having a 1-to-1, most of the time, most diets don't have that. It's usually super high in the 6, the inflammatory, and not so much in the anti-inflammatory. All right guys, we just got home from the grocery store. We went to Sprouts and I stopped at Natural Grocers too to get my hemp hearts. So I got a bag of those. And then we got some avocados, sweet potato. Michael got his little snacks, these Inca corns. And I got blueberries, strawberries. I'm gonna have some strawberries right now. I have all these bananas laid out back here because I'm waiting for them to ripen up and then I freeze them for smoothies. So I'm gonna have blueberries and strawberries actually right now. These were only 88 cents a package at Sprouts. And this whole thing of strawberries, what is this, 2 pounds? Yep, 2 pounds for $1.88. So I'm gonna make a bowl of berries and eat those. And then I'm gonna sit down and edit. Hey guys, I'm gonna open up this other cantaloupe that we got from Costco because it looks like it's ready to go right now, so I don't wanna wait another day for it. Yep, perfect. Oh, this is gonna be another really good one. It's really rainy outside. A storm just moved in last night and it has been pouring rain, so I'm gonna be inside all day just editing videos. Yep, that's another good one. Definitely next time we go to Costco, we're gonna get more cantaloupes. Okay, I'm gonna finish this half a cantaloupe. And next time I see you guys, we're gonna be in the kitchen making some wraps. I'm gonna do a couple of collard wraps again, because I got all the supplies, like everything, you know, all the ingredients ready to go, so. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little while for lunch. So we're gonna make some collard wraps just like yesterday. So I've got my big collard leaf. This is an extra large one, so it's got a really thick stem here. We're gonna just take our knife and slice down that. You could take a peeler also. That would work for that. Basically, we're just trying to make our leaf more flexible so it can bend without snapping that central stem. Okay, perfect. Get our containers opened up here. So this one has our cucumber noodles that we made yesterday. And in here we've got our red beet, golden beet, got some purple cauliflower and red cabbage. And then up here we got some arugula. Normally when I make the wraps I just use a little pinch of arugula because it does have that kind of a spiciness, almost like a radish, you know? So I don't do too much of that. You could add any kind of greens into this that you want though. So, you know, baby spinach and baby kale would be a good one too. Switch places with our cutting board. We're gonna start with our noodles, our koodles, cucumber noodles. That's the spread that we made yesterday. And get right up to the end there too, so when you go to take your first bite, you get a good amount of that. Okay, we got our beets. Do some of our golden beets. Purple cauliflower. Adds a nice crunch, nice texture. I like to break it down small though, rather than larger chunks. And then some red cabbage. I'll just add a little arugula. We're gonna do some cilantro too this time. I didn't do that yesterday. I have it in a glass of water because it keeps better that way. It keeps it fresher longer. And palm hearts. I use palm hearts. We get these at Costco. I use these a lot in wraps, you know, and the rainbow nori rolls, just because they have a nice texture and they add a little bit of tang. They're so good. And we'll do our avocado. I'm gonna add a little more spread. So to fold it up, if you can see what I'm doing there, I'm just grabbing the bottom, you know, just like a burrito, like you're wrapping a burrito. And then I will normally fold over the larger stem part, fold that over, and then grab the other side, and flip it over so it holds until you're ready to grab hold of it and eat it. And there you have it, a nice fat burrito, a green burrito. They actually do have green burritos, but that spread with the avocado too. And you can use any ingredients you want in here. What I do is I just experiment with different vegetables, you know, in different combinations, and I see what's on sale or what's in season at the store that week, and I just throw different things together until something works pretty much, and I find different combinations. So just find combinations that you like, stuff these full, and then the spread and a little bit of fat, you know, the avocado or hemp seeds or something in there, really make it, you know, creamy and delicious. Okay, I'm gonna finish my wrap and make another one. I'll see you guys back in the kitchen for an afternoon smoothie. Hey guys, I'm just having some dates. These are so freaking good. I say that probably every time I'm eating them, but they are. These are like fudge, they're caramel, marshmallowy, just, oh, they're just so good. I gotta put the seed in here. I save all of my date bits. I showed you guys this before. Oops, I just turned on the blender. I save all of my date pits. I was like, what is that sound? I thought I just bumped something and it was like spinning is what it sounded like. Something was spinning, it was the blender. Anyway, so these are just my ultimate dessert now. So whenever Michael's eating, you know, his chocolate bar or whatever, like he got one today when we were at Natural Grocers because they were giving them out for free. They had, you know, some sort of special going on. And I kind of looked over when he was eating it, and he kind of felt me, you know, looking, just because I could smell it, right? And I was like, ooh, you know, that smells good. I remember what it's like eating chocolate, but I can't now, or I don't want to. I could, but I would be hurting myself, like physically hurting myself trying to eat a chocolate bar nowadays. Because my body just rejects chocolate, it just rejects it. So I also tried carob. Nope, that was even worse. So I was like, okay, that's one of the things I was like, okay, quit trying to see what you can get away with and just focus on healing foods instead of how much you can get away with, how much you can push it. You know, that's what I was doing for a long time. I used to eat every kind of dessert or sweet treat out there you can imagine. I've probably eaten it by the ton. Like, one of my favorites used to be when I was growing up was Little Debbie Swiss rolls. I mean, I ate all of the Little Debbie, you know, variety of desserts. You know, the oatmeal cream sandwiches. Oh, those were good. But the Swiss rolls, those were like my ultimate. They also had these strawberry shortcake rolls. Oh, man. And I used to eat a whole box of those in one sitting and not think anything about it. Like I loved it. I couldn't get enough of them. And I had such a sweet tooth. My dad is the same way. Nowadays, he has diabetes. So that's why I'm like, well, okay, we're not gonna go that route. So I was a junkie for all kinds of sugary treats, right? Candy bars, white chocolate was another favorite. We can't even get into soda. Soda was like, I was super addicted to soda, particularly Coca-Cola. But never liked Pepsi, but Coke was definitely my thing. It wasn't a good way to go. I can tell you it did a lot of harm to my body. Yeah, but that was in my past. I eat a lot different now, but it's been a long transition period, you know? Things don't happen overnight most of the time. You know, for a lot of people who want to change up their diet and eat healthier, it's a process, which is perfectly acceptable. I mean, I can't speak for other people, but I know for myself, if you took 19-year-old me and had me try to eat like I do today, that would be a struggle. It would be really hard for me. I probably wouldn't have wanted to eat a salad or a collard wrap or something, or a green smoothie. But things are different now, you know? It's like I've gone through the process, and the pain is a good motivator. So I'm in a much better place now. But I can still remember the excitement over all the sweet treats and stuff that I used to eat many years ago. And also, you know, as your taste buds are changing, you don't crave what you used to, but it is a process to slowly get away from it. But I can walk by, you know, a pack of Little Debbie Swiss rolls today and look at it, and it instantly triggers the excitement and the feeling. I don't know if it was like emotional eating back then or whatever, because I was going through a lot of stress and depression when I was a kid. And so I'm sure that was like part of what I found uplifting, you know, like an uplifting escape for a few minutes, that enjoyment of biting into that creamy, luscious chocolate cream-filled little roll, you know. So I completely understand where other people are coming from, if they came from that sort of thing, you know, that sort of background where you were not always eating healthy or even close to it. Like I was eating super, like I said, I was a super junk food junkie, and it's been a transition to change that. So yeah, I just want people to know that I can instantly revert back to knowing what it feels like to be in another place, you know, another realm with your food, and having it look like something that, say, like my diet nowadays would look like impossible for me. Like there's no way that I could eat like that person, you know. If the old me was looking at the new me, I'd be like, I don't want to eat that, or I can't eat that way, you know. I'm too hooked, I'm too addicted to the food that I was eating back then. But just know that it can be done. But sometimes things have to happen, whether you're going through pain or you come to the realization slowly that you want to make these little changes, and you can slowly replace what you're eating. Anything bad in my diet, I found the best way to stop that was not just to cut it out, because I would almost feel like I was missing out. I would feel deprived if I had just cut it out and I didn't fill that void. So instead, I always find that replacing an item and doing it one food at a time in your diet, like target the most unhealthy food in your diet, target that and be like, okay, I'm gonna remove that and I'm gonna replace it with something that I love just as much. When you finally get to a place where you're looking backwards at the old you, then it seems easy. It's like, oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, you know? But when you're looking forward, it always looks harder, but I promise it's not. So, okay, I'm not gonna talk your ear off too much. We're gonna make a smoothie here. I'm gonna finish this up. Let's eat. Just a little bit of ice, not a full cup, because I use a lot of peaches, and they're so icy that it makes it really thick fast. Okay, so we've got our Cara orange, peaches. I usually do like, 1 to 2 cups of peaches. 1 frozen banana. And dragon fruit. Just a few chunks of that. I'll fill it up about halfway with water. It just looks so pretty and sunshiny. I wish the sun would come back out. That's why I moved to Arizona, because I wanted more sunshine. And here we go. This one has more dragon fruit than the other ones, so that's why it's pinker. Okay, it's still good, but I highly recommend using vanilla. Something else when you're trying to transition into a healthier diet and you're around people that still eat, whatever they want to eat, which is perfectly fine, because really, sometimes it is just you who wants to improve your health and other people are okay with, what they've always done. So you can be in your house and your family members or whoever are still, they're leaving that food around, right? Like right now, I've got peanut butter and jelly with the lids off and I'm smelling the aroma, And so just smelling and seeing, and being around the food or old food that you used to eat can be kind of triggering to make you desire that, right? Like in this case right now, I can be looking at that peanut butter with the lid off and I have no desire at this point though, because I've been hurt by it too many times. So for me, it's like seeing an enemy, like if I took a spoonful of that peanut butter, I would wake up with cystic acne on my jawline, my chin, and it would be extremely swollen and painful. So I don't look at that as my food anymore. So once you start to change the association you have with that food, it changes your craving for it. Do you know what I mean? Let's say there's a box of C's candies, nice little, pretty little heart-shaped box of C's candies sitting here. And you can smell it and you see, all the cute little pieces of chocolate and the little drizzles on top and everything, and you look at it, you smell it, you're around it, you start to desire it and you want to grab a piece what am I saying, back in the day I would eat the whole box but you want to grab the box and run to your bedroom with it, right, and eat the whole thing peacefully in your own little bubble, right? Let's be real here. But nowadays, I've had to change that association, whereas I used to eat that. I now would look at that and I can smell it and think, oh yeah, that smells really good. And I view it now as just something to look at and appreciate for it as like a form of art or something, oh yeah, those are nice, those look good, and they smell good. But there's no way that I'm plucking that out of there and putting it in my mouth and eating it, because I would hurt myself. It would be extremely painful. I know the price I would pay. So that's another way, is to just disassociate from the food as it being your food. So view it as just something that is no longer your food. It's just, it's like, I've heard Tanny Raw refer to it as, it's like smelling a nice candle, but you're not gonna eat the candle, right? It's just a pretty nice smelling candle, and that's all. And you leave it at that. And you continue on to your own delicious food, right? All right, you guys, I'll see you back in here for dinner. Hey guys, for dinner, I just steamed up some asparagus and baked a sweet potato. So on the asparagus, I just put a little garlic powder. So I just use this garlic powder. And I put cinnamon on the sweet potato. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more in there. Okay, and that's dinner for tonight. I just finished dinner, by the way, and that sweet potato was like eating pie. It was seriously, it was so good. Oh my gosh, I only bought one. I just bought that. It was fresh from Sprouts today, but I wanna go back tomorrow morning and go get a bunch more of those because they were freaking delicious. Okay, so all my food diary up top here. And you know what? I forgot to put in my other water that I drank too, so I should add that in right now because it's right at the top there. So I had another 32 ounces earlier this evening. And I think, yeah, okay, that's everything. Dinner. Oh, I had a Brazil nut too. Half a Brazil nut that I don't think got on camera, but I ate that right after my dinner. Okay, so today was 1,926 calories consumed. And percentage-wise, that was 79% carbs, 12% fat, and 9% protein. Down here, all targets hit 100%. So all the targets were hit in vitamins, minerals, protein. The only thing, I was at 91% of my fat today. Let's check out protein. That's always a fun one to see what boosted us up there. Asparagus was number one. Then garbanzo beans, cantaloupe, beets, sweet potato, hemp seeds. And the list goes further, but I just normally just read off, the few at the very top. Let's see another one that can be hard to get sometimes. Lysine, garbanzo beans, number one, asparagus, cantaloupe, beets. Zinc for today came from asparagus, cantaloupe, hemp seeds, beets. Up here, calcium, 172% calcium today. So let's see. That was collards, dandelion greens, celery. What's another one? Let's check out iron. We're at 135%. That's asparagus, beets, dandelion greens, peaches, cucumber, sweet potato. Let's check magnesium. We're at 238%. Hemp seeds, cantaloupe, beets, bananas, cucumber, flax seeds. We're at 3,150% for vitamin A. That was sweet potato. Holy cow, look at that. 1,483% in one single sweet potato. Isn't that amazing? Cantaloupe is next there with 800%. Dandelion greens, collards. We're at 1,507% vitamin C today. Peaches, cantaloupe, oranges, strawberries, cabbage, that's red cabbage, sweet potato. Niacin is always one that I'm interested because I see that that's always a little bit lower, so I'm always really interested in that one to see what boosted it up. So we're at 176% of niacin for today. And cantaloupe was at the top. Asparagus, sweet potato also very high. Peaches, bananas, medjool dates, beets, hemp seeds. All right, guys, it's getting late. I gotta go shower, so I will see you in the morning for breakfast. Bye, guys.